July 4th, 2016. Guys, there's a developing story coming out of Saudi Arabia, and it's important because I think it's one of the major pieces in the puzzle of this world problem that we have right now. We've talked about the Albert Pike letter. We've talked about the splitting and the division. But they're saying tonight, state-linked Saudi news websites report a bombing that killed at least 2 people Monday outside of one of Islam's holiest sites in the city of Medina, the same day that 2 suicide bombers struck different cities in Saudi Arabia, one of them near a U.S. consulate. Now, Sabiq News is reporting that the Medina explosion unfolded Monday evening. Some sites are showing images of what appeared to be a fire outside of one of the buildings overlooking the Prophet's Mosque. That's what they're talking about. Now, people from the mosque are reporting they heard a blast just as the call to sunset prayers was ending. Many were breaking their fast with dates. It says that at first they thought it was celebratory cannon fire. It said the vibrations were very strong. It sounded like a building imploded. The sprawling mosque where the Prophet Muhammed is buried is visited by millions of Muslims from around the world each year during pilgrimages to Mecca, guys. Again, now we're not in Mecca, we're in Medina. Mecca is, I think, the holiest site. Medina is the second holiest site. The area would have been teeming with pilgrims for prayer during the final days of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, which ends this week. Now, you're dealing with Sunni and Shiite Muslims, and there's always been a problem. There's always been a division there, and most divisions were created by the old world order, which is now the new world order. So it's just a shame that the people involved in this can't understand that it's a division. To divide is to conquer. But earlier Monday, suicide bombers carried out an attack on a U.S. diplomatic site in western Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah, wounding 2 security guards. And then also a resident in the largely Shiite eastern Saudi region of Kataif said a suicide bomber and a car bomb struck a neighborhood there. Now, when the explosion at the Prophet's tomb went off, guys, it was a suicide bomber, but it was linked to a car, and it blew up at the same time. Again, this is a piece of a puzzle that's being played out before us. Also, it's a developing story. We're going to pay attention to this, guys, but it seems that there's larger forces in play, both here in the United States, Britain, Europe, the Middle East. We see a lot of things going on that just don't quite fit if you look at it from the everyday perspective. We can't do that any longer. This is a large puzzle. We need to understand it. We need to understand why they're doing it so that we're not caught off guard. It's a heads up. Be safe.